Meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. This is a jam-packed midweek insights. Here's what we'll cover. The latest on Hurricane Melissa, timing of our rainfall and how much will fall, windy Halloween trick-or-treating forecast, and the weekend details as well. Let's start with Melissa. This is a 24-hour loop. The impressive landfall as a Category 5 historic hurricane near New Hope, Jamaica yesterday afternoon. Now she has weakened just somewhat, has been crossing eastern Cuba and is now about to emerge and will continue to move over towards the southeast Bahamas during the course of the day today. You can see her structure, or at least that eye, is not as visible today. She has undergone a little bit of weakening because of the mountainous terrain of eastern Cuba, and we took away that source of fuel for hurricanes, which is the warm ocean water. So she'll continue to be a Category 2 storm through the day today, move over the southeast Bahamas and pick up forward speed. So start to move a little bit quicker and take aim on Bermuda, likely to pass north and west of the island as we get into tomorrow evening, and then weaken to a Category 1 storm, move out into the central Atlantic, transition to an extratropical storm, and actually make its way probably somewhere south of Iceland and north of Ireland as we head into the middle part of next week. Core of wind, obviously strongest just outside of the storm center. That's where you see the orange shading. So we have damaging wind gusts over the southeast Bahamas today. And then notice tomorrow, so tropical storm force gusts, that's the yellow shading, starts on Bermuda as early as tomorrow evening. And then the wind does ramp up from there. Strongest wind along and east of Melissa's track, with the strongest gusts anticipated during the first part of the overnight, Thursday night into early Friday. Still some tropical storm force gusts on Bermuda as of pre-dawn on Friday morning, and then the worst of the rain and wind will be done as Melissa continues to pull away. There will be a large area of some strong wind gusts too on the backside of the storm that's coming through us, so we'll talk about that. Melissa will have an impact. We've got some long period fetch coming in off the ocean that will shift around, and then her swell impacting the outer coastal waters especially. Look at this, with 10 to 20 foot seas Friday into Saturday. Notice 12 foot Georges Bank, 19 feet back off the coastline of Nova Scotia. So definitely a dangerous storm for our marine community offshore. Wave heights will diminish pretty substantially when you get to Saturday night and Sunday. So track it all with our app. The tropical overlay on the interactive radar layer is how you can see Melissa's latest position. Play around with it. Try it out. There's a bunch of different things you can pick and choose from. Our app is free. Search 1 degree outside weather in the App Store and Google Play. All right, we've got this big dip in the jet stream, this trough that's carving out. This is the jet stream today. It's going to scoop up, where is it pointed? Up the eastern seaboard. So there will be areas of rain, wind, some coastal flooding through the mid-Atlantic as the storm center will pass through the northeast United States tomorrow night, Thursday night into early Friday morning. It will have rain, wind, and also some thunderstorms with it. So the threat for isolated severe storms is possible when you get through the southern Jersey coastline and down through the Delmarva, DC included in that too. So Philly as well may see a few strong storms for the day on Thursday. We may get a rumble of thunder here at home. That risk is greatest in southwestern New England. Otherwise, let's time things out for our Thursday. There may be a few light showers, particularly from southern Vermont into the Berkshires, central and western Connecticut for our Thursday morning. The farther east you come, there may be a couple in and around 495 that lift north by Thursday midday. So I do think a lot of the morning and the afternoon is dry for some areas. Southern, eastern Maine, actually some breaks of sunshine through the crown of Maine as well. Notice by 4 p.m., yes, there's some scattered light showers, but they're not that widespread. Heaviest rain still focused to our west Thursday late afternoon. That will swing through from west to east during the evening. So watch what happens. There's almost 2 areas. Steady rain coming into western New England for the evening commute. A little bit of a lull or break in the action, we could say, in between with just some showers. And then some steadier rain filling in over southeastern New England for Thursday evening. Between 6 and 8 p.m., though, watch what happens. It really fills in. So the steadiest rain definitely about 8 p.m. through the overnight into pre-dawn on Friday. 6 a.m., we're tapering off to showers in southern New England. The dry slot comes in pretty quickly. So there'll still be some areas of heavy rain and some downpours in northern New England for Friday morning. Then the sun breaks out in southern New England. Clearing comes into central New England too before the backside of that storm swings through. So we get building clouds again. Notice by Friday afternoon, yes, a couple of showers or a sprinkle is possible. The big story on Friday is going to be the wind that we'll get to in a second. And yes, some scattered showers in the mountains Friday evening will flip over to snow and we'll take a look at the snow accumulation map coming up. How much rain falls? Well, it's a pretty quick dose of rain that swings through Thursday evening and night. For many areas, it'll end up being 1 to 2 inches. There have been some signs that kind of in between, there may be about a half an inch to an inch in spots, like central New England, a little carved out area has a touch less. I do think most areas end up with 1 to 2. There have also been some signs that we may see some locally higher amounts in southwestern New England, down near southwest Connecticut, and also potentially on Cape Cod, where the heaviest downpours come in, and for down East Maine. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some 2 or 3 or isolated higher totals when all is said and done. Leaves have come off the trees, slippery spots, tough for travel, and also some localized street flooding or clogged drains may result. Otherwise, the wind is a big story too. It shifts out of the east during the day on Thursday, 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts in general, but coinciding with the heaviest downpours, we may see some gusts that go 30 to 40 miles per hour Thursday evening and night. That wind more out of the southeast, an isolated gust to 50 on Cape Cod. And then on the backside, the wind is out of the west-southwest on Friday for Halloween. So it's a strong wind region-wide, 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts over the course of the morning, but watch what happens by Friday afternoon and evening, trick-or-treating time in many cities and towns, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts, isolated gusts higher, particularly on the Vineyard in Nantucket. So it is certainly going to be windy. I'm envisioning like Halloween decorations and the inflatables blowing around, a lot of leaves blowing around as well. For trick-or-treating time through the evening, still a strong wind early on Saturday that will diminish somewhat. So bottom line, isolated pockets of wind damage possible on Friday. You're really going to notice it, and that's on the backside of the storm. It also drags in some colder air. Notice the little bit of blue showing up, and we talked about this the last couple days. Highest summits switch over to some snowflakes Friday night, off and on Saturday with some enhancement here over the mountains. Otherwise, though, I'm playing things through. Our weekend is generally quiet with variable clouds, no other wet weather to worry about. Start of next week looks quiet as well. So how much snowfall falls in the mountains? No big changes here, but enough to get excited about. According to an inch or two, particularly across northern Vermont, Coos County, the White Mountains as well. And then look at this, could have over 6 inches on some of the summits in upstate New York when all is said and done by the end of the weekend. Otherwise, high temperatures on Thursday running in the 50s to near 60. That wind out of the east, 10 to 20 miles per hour, ramps up Thursday night as the steadier areas of rain, some downpours, and isolated embedded thunderstorm rolls through Thursday night. Widespread 40s and 50s from north to south. Friday will be up around 60 or either side of that. Again, the morning rain departs, sun breaks out, and then the clouds build back in. Could be a spot shower here. That wind out of the west-southwest. So that's going to make it feel like it's around 40 for trick-or-treating, especially towards the tail end of trick-or-treating. A leftover shower is possible, but it's not going to ruin trick-or-treating. Just don't want you to be caught off guard by a quick sprinkle out there. Temperatures falling through the 40s, and those winds, I think many numerous gusts between about 30 and 40 miles per hour. Saturday, sun and clouds, cooler, 50 to 55 in many areas, 40s in far northern and western New England. Very similar temperature-wise on Sunday, 40s to the north, 50s south, less wind on Sunday, though, and that includes to the Pats at Gillette Stadium, taking on the Falcons at 1 p.m. Classic fall weather, sun to start, crisp for tailgating, mid-40s, and then a few building clouds, the wind out of the west-northwest, generally around 10 miles per hour or so for Sunday afternoon. A reminder, you can get more exclusive content as a member. We've got 4 membership levels to choose from. All the details are at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. And if you want some merchandise, we got sweatshirts, winter hats, coolers, blankets, gift cards on there too. A lot of sizes and colors to choose from. Check it out at swag.onedegreeoutside.com.